Hey Miley, how you doing? All right, so yeah, I got the magazine ad and I went ahead and gave some feedback there. So go ahead and take a look at that. And then I see this is also based off that new magazine ad. So this is fantastic. I just really have a couple of suggestions here. PSD file looks great. Everything looks fantastic here. There's just a couple of things I want to talk about, and we're going to get into some things that are a little bit out of the scope of this class. But since you're so hungry to learn and you're displaying such eagerness and really showing wonderful effort and initiative here, I want to go ahead and just go ahead and provide you with a couple of additional um, recommendations. So there's something in graphic design, there's a principle called proximity. Basically, proximity says that the if things are located close together in a composition, they have a close conceptual tie. Therefore, that's why the headline is always close to the subhead because they're highly related. They're very tightly related. So I bring that up because of the margarita. I would bring this down a little bit, and I think these are a little too close. A couple of things I would recommend in the composition is this. Now, in the magazine, Nancy did a really nice job of using the her elbow as a leading line to lead to the text. And we can do the same thing here. Right now you're almost there, but I would take this type right here and move it down a little bit. So it's right across from her arm. And you should, it looks like the way that you have this, you should be able to do it. The word stay might be a little bit too close to the margarita, so you might have to reconfigure that a little bit. And then also, if we do this, I want to do this. I want to just use this as a straight edge because I want to check something. So if we take this, where am I? We take this and let's just bring that, and yeah, excellent job. Nice alignment. Nice alignment. Really good job. I'm looking at where the B aligns with the I in the sun. That's fantastic. Good job there. Okay, so just the recommendations, move that down. I would say move the headline up just a couple of pixels and create a little space between the headline and the subhead. Okay, and then move that down a little. Next thing I would do is just bring the type size down here a little bit. I think that garners a little too much attention, kind of almost draws the eye away from the main text. Um, so I would reduce the size there, and that really should do it. Now, my only other recommendation is the way that it's saved. Right here, we can see some banding, and that's called compression artifact, and that's basically based on the way that the GIF was saved. I'm going to give you some recommendations here. We can see it further. Actually, that's your PSD file, so I do want that open. But let's see if we open your GIF in a Web Banner Revised, Getty, Girl, and Web Banner GIF. That's what I'm after right there. So I'm just going to click that. I want to open that in a preview window, and I just want you to see this banding right here. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. So in your PSD file right here, we're just going to do this. Once you're done making all your changes and everything's the way you want it, you want to come right over here, and first thing you do is just click Optimize Animation. Okay, keep the default optimized by bounding box and redundant pixel removal, and say OK. At this point, you're going to go across to the top menu next to the word Photoshop and go to File, Export, and then come down to Save for Web, Legacy. And you know all this, you've done this, but right here is where I'm after, right here. So you've got color set at 128 with 88% dither. That's the problem right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to 256 on your color, and I'm going to take that dither slider and I'm going to bring that all the way to 100%. Now I've done this already, so I've got it saved, and let me show you what it looks like in comparison to the first one that you had saved out. And I want you to specifically note this banding, these kind of banded areas right here that don't depict a smooth gradient. So what I've done is I've saved that out the way that I just showed you. And let me show you the difference. Okay, here's the one I just saved. Okay, so you can see there is still a little compression artifact, but it's completely, it's much, much better. I mean, this is pretty drastic right here, whereas this is, you got to kind of search for it. So let's do this so you can see them both. Let me see, how do I want to do this? Okay, there's that, and then there's the ones saved the way that I mentioned. So you can clearly see it's a much superior result. Okay, so those are my recommendations, and you're working great. You're working wonderfully. Thank you so much for all the effort and the incentive you've been taking in this project. Really commendable stuff here at Merci. All right, great job. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.